Hi there. Just want to make a quick video sort of highlighting some of the peripherals I use and some of the little devices I use when playing the DM48X live. I'm going to go over each piece real quickly, and if you have any questions, of course, feel free to write me at jasonkeenharmonica.com, or you can leave comments below, as they say. So this is the DM48X. It's built like a harmonica, shaped like a harmonica, a big harmonica, especially a chromatic harmonica because it has the button on the side. And it makes no sound by itself. However, it'll trigger an infinite amount of sounds on other devices like computers, iPads, and modules or synthesizers. Currently, what I'm using to get into my iPad is this. This is an Anchor interface. It fits very nicely because it has this little lip, as you might be able to see, and it's USB-C, which is what my iPad Pro is. It has some great inputs, HDMI, a way to get power to it, USB-A, some SD slots, and also it's got a mini jack out, which allows you to send audio to a PA or an amplifier or anything you want to. So this is currently my interface for the iPad from Anchor. This is a USB hub which I use to connect other peripherals if I need to. A keyboard, a MIDI controller, and things like that. It's from Sabrent. See if you can see that name. Yeah, it's from Sabrent. It's really cheap on Amazon. I think it's $7. So buy 2 or 3 in case one fails on you, which invariably all these things do. So this is the MIDI controller that I use. The primary purpose of this is simply to turn things on and off while I'm performing. These 4 buttons right here will turn on and off various horns. So for instance, here's a trumpet, I turn it off. If I want a tenor sax, I press this button, now it's off. If I want both on at once, I press them both on at once. It's very handy because it fits underneath my DM48. And I can use my thumbs to control it. Now that said, there are a lot of foot controllers. In fact, there's a lot of various MIDI controllers that you can use, which some are wireless, etc., etc. I like this one because it fits underneath my DM and it's pretty comfortable for me. This runs about $85 and it's from Pete Prodell at the Raster Web Shop on Etsy. Okay, so the iPad that I use is called the iPad Pro. It's this one has 1 terabyte, 16 gigabytes of RAM, which comes with 1 and 2 terabytes on an iPad Pro. The more RAM you have, generally speaking, the better. That's true with almost any computer because you can run more apps and you can run more reverbs, compressors, etc., etc. So here is my iPad Pro fully connected. I've got the DM48, which is connected right here, and I've got the MIDI controller, 8K controller from Pete Prodell hooked up right here. This allows me to play. I can send audio out to an amplifier or a PA speaker, and also I can control my various horns and a couple of other effects with this 8K controller. You can also connect to a module. This module here is called the VL70. It was discontinued probably 20 years ago, but it still continues to be one of the more popular modules for people playing electronic wind instruments. If you want to get into this kind of a device or any MIDI-based synthesizer, you're going to need an adapter. And this is what it is. This is an adapter that I got off Amazon. It runs about $50. It allows you to plug in a MIDI cable. This is the old school MIDI cable here. into this, and then you plug that into your VL70 or any other MIDI-based synthesizer. So now I've plugged this in, and at this point now you have a USB input, so you can put your DM48 into this particular module or any other module that uses MIDI. So if you want to use one of these, and I used one of these for a long time, they sound great, you will need a box like this. This is what they call a DI box. This allows you to go from your iPad or your computer or any other kind of AV source and get connected to the PA system. So when I'm playing live through a PA, I'll use this box. My iPad can be connected a variety of different ways. This has a mini jack input, it has RCA inputs, and it also has 1/4-inch inputs. So pretty much anything you can throw at it can be input, and then it simply goes to a PA where it can be mixed by a sound man. So to reiterate very quickly, this is a DM48X. It's a digital harmonica that plays like a harmonica but makes no sound itself. However, it can trigger a variety of sounds. This right here is a device called the 8K controller. It's a MIDI controller which allows me to turn my horns on and off. This is an interface that I use to get into my iPad Pro. It has a variety of different inputs, and these things run around 26 bucks or something like that. This here is a hub. It's a USB hub from Sabrent. And it allows you to expand from 1 USB-A to 4 USB-A, which is very handy if you want to plug in a keyboard or if you want to use Pete Prodell or any other MIDI controller devices that you want to plug in as well as your DM48. So I'm hoping this will clarify a few things here and there that people have asked me over the course of time. This is a great instrument, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it.